It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Well, carpets, well, interior is still out because I'm waiting for the new carpet to arrive still. Dash is currently still pulled apart because there was some wiring I wanted to tidy up, mess around with, and also I've got to replace the snapped bonnet cable. So that's what I'm up to now. There's the newie there, our spares job. It'll do the job. And yeah, so see if I can unclip this bad boy, which I believe it just slides one way or another. I don't remember which way, back. There we go. So it just slots in there. This one's actually one that I tried to replace, the second-hand one that I tried to replace the broken one with, but this one was stretched out and it was too long, so that was a waste of time. I was only going to use it until I'd got the new one anyway. Or if it would work, let's face it, I probably would have left it in there until it broke, but anyway. Should come through there. That little. Oh. Alright, so what I gotta do is get this through the hole in that firewall, through that grommet up there. If you can see that or not. And I'll show you what trick I used last time. Okay, so what I did was got a real small bit of wire, looped it around, you know, something like that. Nothing too fancy, obviously. It's not too thick, so it'll pull through that. If you can see that. Yeah, so it'll pull through the firewall. I'll poke this piece of wire through, and yeah, let's see what happens. Need about 2 hands here that hold the camera as well, so poke this up through the firewall. Probably could have used a shorter bit of wire. That's okay. Let's go and pull it through and see what happens. Turn that off. Oh, maybe you needed it on. Come on. You can see it there. At least I can. Ah, so close. Right, let's get a pair of pliers onto it. There we go. Sorry, I know it's very messy camera work, but there we go. Pulled it through there. Now I've just got to feed it through here, back behind all this. Is why this is out, and back under through here. There's a hole there that it goes through. Along here, screw it back in, connect it up to here, hook it back up on the inside. Actually, I wonder if maybe I'll run this end first. Let me have a look. So it's got to slide in through there. That's going to slide in between. See it between there really need two hands here, so hang on a second. Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah. Fuck it. I think that's... I reckon the outside of it's gonna... I don't think the front of it went in. Ugh. Very tricky. If you can see it here. Probably wiring. The front of it's in up here, but the back is not. So, see what I can do. So it sounds like a made up story, of course, but as soon as the camera went off and I go at it at the right angle, shield clips in, fits in there good. So this side is all done. Now we'll go hook it up under the bonnet. And here's the original tab and screw that holds it on, but you actually get all that new with the rare spares one anyway, so we'll use that. It's already tight, wow. Righto. Right, well that was moving. Pretty sure that's right. So, overall, I think that's a success. But I'll have to test it, of course, put everything else back together properly. Righto, so yeah, that's back in. Screw with the new plate. Actually, because the bottom of that one clips into a little slot that's in there, but this one doesn't even have that, it's broken off there, so that wasn't even correct anyway. Yeah, it's all ran back through. Pull it in here, and you can see that video before. It's all working, sweet as. Obviously the test will be when I shut the bonnet, if it opens it again. Then I just have to, well, this is unbolted at the moment because I wanted to get the cable running behind it. Just have to put it all back in, but we might skip that for a minute just to test it. If it doesn't work, it'll be a son of a bitch getting it open again, but let's see what happens. Sweet, well that's a win, especially when you consider the fact that since I've had it, the cable's been broken, so I've never been able to open it without a pair of pliers. So, ow, don't drop it on your finger. Boom. Shit, yeah. Well, the interiorless wagon saga continues, but not for long. So I did have the dash all pulled down, which I'll put some little bit of a footage in here of that. I had the dash all pulled down because I wanted to tidy all the wiring up. There was speaker wires hanging down here and stuff like that. It had always been like that since I got it. And also the bonnet cable was snapped, so I've replaced that. I probably didn't need to pull the dash down to do that, but it sort of makes it easy to clip it in and also see up in the firewall, the grommet where the cable's going to go through. It makes it easier to get to that. Yeah, then like I said, I tidied up some wiring. So this car, if you would have seen my first video of this car, it had just an old school detachable face tape player radio in here, and I didn't want to get a factory radio for it because we like listening to music, I guess. So and they're also, if you can find one, they're super expensive as well. So what I actually bought is, I bought this Pioneer player here. Turn that off. And it's actually just a Bluetooth and USB and like whatever it is, Android audio apps and stuff like that. It doesn't actually have a CD player in it. So what's cool about that is it's actually a lot shallower than they normally are. So often they used to, back in the day, they didn't really fit all that well. And because someone's done a bit of a dodgy mod anyway, and they've cut, see obviously they've got the surround here, and then on this side they've actually cut the surround because they never used to fit in all that well. They always used to sort of sit in. Once the shroud goes on, they still would sit out a little bit. But I've test fitted that a couple times, and it actually is going to slide right back in there and look super, super neat. So that's good. And yeah, I'll get on to messing around with that and fitting that shortly. And yeah, the other day on my birthday, conveniently, the carpet actually rolled up for it. So that's been a bit of a saga in itself, which I'll show you why in a minute. But yeah, we'll get onto that in a minute and have a look. Shit, yeah. Well, here it is, finally, after about 6 weeks, through various different issues, the carpet for the wagon has arrived. So what I got is I got a True Fit, what's it called? True Fit by Vision Auto. True Fit carpets by Vision Auto. So they did a kit I ordered, and what the kit comes with a full one-piece molded. You could choose obviously all the different colors, and also you could choose a standard floor mat there, or you could even choose, I think, like the one that maybe it's like a HDT one or whatever it is, for which would have been in the Brox and stuff like that. So you could get whatever insert you wanted there. And also I got, because the kit, you can buy this separately, of course, and then I bought the kit with, for I think it's like an extra $100 something, you get the full-on carpet, as well as you get a decent size cut off the roll in case you need to do any extra stuff inside, bottom of your door trim, stuff like that. So this is the mob here from like Dandenong, I believe, in Victoria. Yeah, and so what it also comes with is a full set of custom mats made out of the same carpet. So that'll be sick. So there, it was a bit of an issue, but because what happened was I ordered it about 6 weeks ago, and it took a couple of weeks, and then finally about 3 weeks ago, I reckon it said it was about to arrive that day, and oh yeah, sweet, I came home and all they had delivered was the mats. So that was an issue, because I thought, has Australia Post lost the rest of it, or have they not sent the whole lot? So then I needed to look into it and find out what had happened. But the other issue was, once I got the mats, I realised, crap, I've ordered the wrong colour anyway. So anyway, I got hold of them. It turns out they'd sent the mats, but they hadn't sent the rest of this. So they said they would send it out straight away. And I was like, well, actually, about that, can you keep that? I'll send you the mats back, and can I get it in this colour, which is actually the Kingfisher? And I had ordered the Cerulean, I think it is, but that's actually the colour for the blue Meanie VK Brock Commodores. So it was the wrong colour. It was like a greeny colour instead of the blue. But anyway, after all that, 5 or 6 weeks later, it's here. So now clearly the mission I've got is cutting out the hole for the shifter and the handbrake mainly. Obviously you're going to have like seatbelt holes and seat holes and whatnot, but yeah, my plan will be hopefully to lay over the original carpet and see if I can sort of mark out the hole, but obviously a lot smaller, make some little cuts and whatnot in it, and then put it into the wagon. And then yeah, make any adjustments if needed, because obviously it was quite expensive from this company. You can get it from Rare Spares also, and theirs was a little bit cheaper. Whether it was better or not, I don't know, but anyway, it should look sweet when it's in there, so I'll see what I can do. Jeez, have a look at that. I didn't even realise my old carpet was that bad until I laid it over this one. I just wanted a new one just for the get rid of all the fraying and the little rips on the side. I didn't realise it was obviously there and stuff, but wow. Anyway, as you can see, That's sort of what I'm hoping to do. So I've got that matching up there, roughly. But then they've cut a bit here. Yeah, right. Alright, well, I'll lay that back bit over as well and see if it lines up at the back. And see if that helps at all. Right, well, I've got to assume that this carpet's probably all sort of stretched out and whatnot, so it's sort of fairly lined up. So obviously is what I don't want to do is cut the holes way too big and in the wrong place, because I wasn't freaking cheap. So I guess I'll probably start by cutting it fairly small. This is the handbrake one. I'll have to go and have a suss what that is. That might be where the center console bolts through. Not sure. I'll have to have a look. And obviously you got all the seat holes. Yeah, because that would make sense, because that's where that's the console line there, and that's the back bolt for the console. I think that'd probably be right, because there's a bolt there, bolt here, and then there's 2 bolts up the front somewhere. Oh, okay. The helper's back again, and been real helpful so far. But anyway, I'm thinking I'm just going to start off with a simple little cut like that, and a little line like that, because I know it doesn't really matter because the console's going to cover it, obviously, but if I cut this too big, I feel like the console's probably going to get, this can eventually sort of stretch and pull out from the console. I've seen some other people do it and end up with a janky massive hole, which I'm really trying to avoid. So I'll just try some little slits, see what happens. Alright, so I've just put a couple tiny little cuts. I know they're probably not even going to be big enough. I'll probably sit it in there and their bloody handbrake and stuff won't even go through there. But again, I'm just paranoid about stretching it out and wrecking it. So I'm going to take my time. I'll probably come in and out a few times, but we'll go and have a look. Well, that's first of what I'm sure will be, I don't know why my light died, many test fits. As you can see, I'm having a few little dramas stretching it out at the moment, but like I did say, I only cut the tiny as hole, which clearly that one's probably not up far enough, but I also need to get the handbrake wherever it's sitting. Well, it's way up there, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue. I know that has to come further forward, but let's go on the other side. Shit everywhere. Be good to actually get that shit back inside the car. Excuse me. Yeah, because I know that's going to sit up there a bit further yet. Slide forward, because that's T-bar's in park, so that's all the way forward there. But the handbrake, top of the handbrake's here, which obviously comes down here, so I'll fiddle with it a bit more and see what I can do. Well, alright, now it's still a long way off. I don't know why that light is doing that, but my precision trimming tool. But if I just focus on the driver's side alone, there's a few things I still need to tuck it up behind, but this is pretty close, the driver's side, to sitting, because I've still got to take out the seat belt bolt there, and then obviously all that. But just in general, that's about where it starts going up for the kick panel, so that's sitting pretty good. So basically what's stopping it now from laying down perfectly is I've really still got to modify the holes, make them a little bigger. Well, I think it's actually not going to be too bad. I'm a little bit worried that maybe that handbrake hole is a little bit too far on one side, but I don't know yet. I mean, I'll trim it out a little bit on this side, because that's definitely going to be under the console, because it does need to shift that way a little bit, I think. Maybe if I just make that one bigger as well, see how it goes. I was having a bit of trouble wedging it up there, because I've got some super thick foam sound deadener stuff that was factory that was still in there. And I think if you look at that other carpet out there, the old carpet, it didn't have all this, it didn't have all this on it here, and it was cut out heaps more. So, but there might still be a couple wires I need to move there, and it might still actually tuck up. Yeah, actually, it might go a bit further still yet. See, that's pretty close to the column and stuff up there, so it can't go much higher there. Sorry, up there, I don't know if you can see. And it's pretty much on the accelerator pedal bracket there, so I'm pretty happy with that. So, I feel like this side's probably not far off, because where the moulding drop-in is for that is there. That all sits pretty much perfectly where it'll fit under the seat. Yeah, this side's pretty sweet, so really it'll just be a matter of trimming out those holes a bit more and basically making the passenger side drop down like it's supposed to. I'm going to use this light, new Tool Pro light that the wife bought me for my birthday, magnetic. It's battery operated, but yeah, it's still sick. Coming in handy. Anyway, and like I said, with the kit that I bought, and it comes with the offcuts, you come with the extra 1.5 meters or so off the end of the roll, and it's all the same carpet off the same roll, so that's good. I can get the kick panels redone with it, and I've got enough as well. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd have to probably take it somewhere and get it done, obviously, but they can replace that there as well, so that it would actually, all the same color would fold up the doors and look decent for what we're working with. So it looks so much better already. Even with just the dash put back in, it looked a bit ordinary when the dash is all pulled out. Steering wheel's pretty janky. I'll probably just go with some sort of Momo or something eventually, because you know, you get one of these that's in worse condition than this one, and you see them online, they want $400 or $500 for them. Just a stock standard old shitty steering wheel. We used to throw them away in the day. That's why there's so much money now. But anyway, back at it. Righto, well, hopefully that light stays on. This is pretty close to about as good as I think I can get it. I mean, it fits nicely along here. Don't worry about all the scuff plates covers it, plus it's got to be repainted down here anyway. But yeah, you've got your scuff plates, you've got some clips to put in here that'll hold it snug up on there, stop it from pulling down like they always used to. That's sitting out now because the seatbelt bolt has to be cut for it to go down. I mean, it's a little bit bulgy there, but I think the center console will cover it, obviously, and I think that'll hide a lot of that, because it's really nothing else. Stupid light. Nothing much else. I mean, I can't go any higher up there without cutting it. I don't want to cut it because it's got that nice sort of hem around it. It's pretty well wedged up there. You can see it looks like it should be able to go up there further. So maybe I can move some wiring and there's some foam stuff under here and maybe try and tuck it up there a bit further. Might give me a little bit more. And then yeah, back here is pretty close to, I reckon, how it's supposed to go. I mean, it sits perfectly. It drops down in there. I've only probably got to make a couple little trims there for the back seat bracket. I didn't want to cut this hole too big, so I think that actually came out pretty neat considering going back to how big the hole was on the original carpet. Come around the passenger side. Again, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. That's all sitting in there snug. Again, that's bulging because of the bolt. It fits all the contours it's supposed to. It's just that little, yeah, I mean, that's probably not bad. I can probably tidy up that handbrake hole a little bit more. Again, I was trying to keep it minimal. But yeah, this side's pretty much lined up right. That's probably got to go forward a bit, and you can see I'm having some drama there. That's folded over. I'm gonna have to look at whether I reckon I may even have to make, I might pull that hose off. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Sorry guys. I might even pull this hose off here, if you can see that, and actually maybe just make a hole, poke it through, hopefully, rather than doing some sort of daggy cut down there. And that will help hold it up pretty good too, because I can't really get it up there much further. It's pretty snug up there everywhere. Got wiring and whatever's gone on there, so it's really can't go a whole lot further. So it bulges a little bit there, so hopefully I reckon that'll go away if I can just get it over a tiny bit this way and up a little bit further. Because you can sort of see, yeah, I reckon there's probably a little bit lower on this side than the other side. It's probably going to be about there. So if I can deal with all that up there, all the wrinkle and bulging, and fold all that away, I reckon she'll come up pretty good. Once your console goes over everything there, cut out around the seat brackets, and then obviously do all the seat holes, seat belt holes. But I mean, even if it's got a couple little wrinkles, that's pretty bloody good. I probably always think I can make it 100% even if I can't, but sometimes you just have to settle, and I think that's pretty bloody good. So anyway, hopefully I'll probably just, I think I'll just cut now to or when the seats are in, because there's no point probably making holes for that. Might do, see what happens. Righto, so it's a bit brighter out here today. And we're back on this. So what I've started off with is I've got started with a couple of the seat holes. I've got this side sitting, like I said, up where I think it should be. And yeah, so what I did with these, to get these fairly right, I don't want big holes, is I actually screwed the seat bolt in from underneath. I held the carpet fairly tight everywhere where I thought it was going to pull from. Held this, and see, it's sort of it's almost like a self-tapper head in these seat bolts anyway, so that almost it did kind of cut a little bit of a hole within the carpet, so it was good, but you have to be careful because it could grab a thread or whatever and take off in a different direction if you're not careful. So I just did it so I could just see the bolt, and then after that I just got a knife and just sort of trimmed around a little bit and just made it a little bit bigger. So, and this one wasn't too hard. I just pulled the carpet back and sort of lined it up and chopped a little hole, but this is all covered by that. I think most of it, well, maybe the bolt isn't, I don't know, covered by the cover there. Anyway, then once I've got the seats in place, and that's when afterwards I'll put these little clips. I've got to get some more, put all these little clips in. That'll hold this down before then the scuff plate goes over top of it. So, alright, well, it's a long process, but all I want to do is get it right. So I'm taking my time. Open that door, that might make it a bit better. Yeah, that's good. Obviously I haven't got the scuff plates and clips and stuff on there yet, and the kick panel is still got to go in. Center console's in, still got the cover for the gear shifter to go back on, and the handbrake boot to go back, or the handbrake rubber to go back on, and obviously the whole other seat. But yeah, I could not be happy with how it's come up. I've still got to cut that carpet a little bit around that seat mount and adjust, but I mean, yeah, that is sitting in sweet as. And then considering I've still got the mats to arrive, which made for this vehicle out of the exact same carpet, and they're actually hemmed all the way around and stuff, like proper floor mats obviously, so that'll make it look sick too. So it's been a mission of a day, but because I've just got other stuff going on as well. But yeah, super stoked with where it's at so far. I'll get back into it. Shit, yeah, alright, so the carpet in the VB is 90% done, so I'm going to drag it out now and show you how it came up. Of course I had to move the VY, to move the VE, to now get the VB out, but alright, here we go. take a look. Shit, yeah. Well, super happy with the carpet. Obviously I haven't got the scuff plates back on yet. I'm still waiting for some clips and stuff to arrive from Rare Spares, and then I'll put the kick panels in at the same time. But the fitment is freaking awesome. It's all back together. Same thing with the kick panels. Obviously putting the seats in now. It's a little dirty again, but nothing a vacuum won't fix. But yeah, couldn't be happier. Everything, everywhere, sits in perfect, so sweet. What I did with the kick panels, scuff plates rather, you can buy new ones. I think Rare Spares got them for about $200, reproduction ones. And mine, there's not really anything wrong with them as such, but it's just missing a few of the clips, which just slide in anyway. So with a good clean up and some new clips, the I think new clips are about, I don't know, 10 or 20 bucks as opposed to 200 odd bucks for the clip for the whole thing. So obviously some of those are a bit dodgy, like that one I could probably clean up and clip back in now, but well, I think there's one clip off the end here missing, but might as well throw some new ones in there, so that can all go back in. And yeah, we're just about done. So I was just looking back over the clips before I've edited this video, and I thought I had more videos of actually pulling the carpet out, but for some reason, whether I've deleted them or I've lost them, or I don't know what the deal is there, but I don't have any, so I'll just include whatever I've got. Whatever you've seen was whatever I had. And yeah, so can't be happy with how it came up. Super happy with that. Super happy with the carpet. Came up 6, so still tons of stuff to do, but that's just one piece of the puzzle done. So yeah, thanks for watching and living in Big Mau's world.